not not gonna be able to do it.
Yeah.
Nah.
So there he was. There he was, right? J Mike, he's telling me this story. We've had a couple weeks off, so he's telling me this story, and he said, "Look, I was walking by. I was in the streets. All right, I was walking by this alley. Okay, and you know me, J Mike check. He had to go and J Mike check things out, right? So he heads down the alley. All right, he sees some cats juicing some booty. Typical thing to happen in the streets. All right, of Cincinnati. All right. I mean, who doesn't juice a little booty, you know, with a little skyline on the side, huh? Come on. Who doesn't? So he gets to the and that's where he cut me off. So I got to the alley. I got to him going to check on the juice and booty with the Skyline Chili was involved. And that's where he cut me off. He like what a cliffhanger to a story, you know, so much more to be told there. So J Mike, so if you could please just continue on from where you left me, quite literally booty juiced.
And at that very moment is when the street rat himself, Aladdin, locked eyes with me in the middle of this dark cat booty juice infested place and said, and that's why we call it Cincinnati.
Oh, yeah.
That was, you know what? That was very well done.
It was.
That was really well done.
Damn.
Just saying. It's what you come for, people.
How come I can see that like outfit of a human doing that and in the streets of Cincinnati and just literally doing that? I thought you were gonna go for the, you know, do you trust me? So like I thought he was gonna, after he does the Cincinnati thing, he says, "Do you trust me?" And you're like, "No, bro." You take your Skyline and get your bum out of here.
I've never run faster in my life. Rondale ain't got nothing on me.
I can't wait till we get a soundboard, J Mike. I am gonna just have so much fun with everything you say on this show.
It's gonna be awful. It's gonna be absolutely awful.
Come on, StreamYard.
No.
Come on.
Please don't.
It's gonna be like it's probably gonna be like borderline unwatchable.
I mean,
Yeah. Oh, I'd be way too loud on a soundboard. I would abuse it. I would Judy. I would Judy. I would
Judy juices.
I would Judy boost it. Judy does need a boost because we busting Suttons all day. All right. I don't know where we go from here, but I guess we can mention the fact that we're live. That it's Tuesday, that it's 9:30 Eastern ish. I've successfully composed another tweet week after week. J Mike, I was saying in the pre-show, you know, of course you can always check us on the pre-show, patreon.com/theopenbar. When will that not be funny, J Mike? When will it not? When we actually have a Patreon, then it's like, just like
I think it's just going to depend on who you ask. I think it's always going to be funny to us, but I think people who rock with us might be like, all right, y'all milked this pretty well.
Yeah, I know.
I signed up yesterday. You didn't get my money?
Yeah.
Yeah.
through the Judy boost, right? Judy boosted. All right. Yeah, anyway, we're live and it's Tuesday and it's 9:30 Eastern ish. It's been a couple weeks, man. It's been a couple weeks. I was spring breaking. All right. I don't even know where I am right now. I forgot we had a show until about like 15 minutes ago. I was like, I'm still on spring break. I went to school and I was still teaching and everything, but in my head I was like, I'm still on spring break. And it certainly feels that way now. We've got, you know, some beverages. We've got some good people, some new, some old. Well, really just one new, several old. Well, we could call one of them a renew. You know, I in my composed tweet I said a re-debut. I feel like that's fair. We'll get to that in a moment. First and foremost, we got FF Booty Juice in the building. J Mike check. What's good? What's good, fam? How you feeling?
I don't even know at this point. Yeah, I don't even know. I'm just going to say, thrilled to be here. The second to last Tuesday in March. I am in the middle of a startup, and it's the only startup that I'm doing. I've fought off others, and
I feel honored, J Mike.
one of our esteemed guests this evening is the commissioner, and we're about 5.5 rounds in, about 6 rounds in.
Yep.
5.5, almost through a full 5, and I forgot how much fun and stressful startups can be because I didn't join any new ones last year. I was very content. I was very disciplined in that. But this startup thing is really fun, and I'm enjoying it, and I'm stressed, and let me ask Gabe, do you remember back when you were the extremely cool kid in high school and everyone wanted to sit with you and everyone wanted to hear your raps and everyone wanted you to incorporate all of their life into your raps? Do you remember this back in the mean streets of Montana?
Yeah, but it was only when I started teaching because I definitely wasn't cool to like people of my own age. I was cool once I got older than those people, and they're like, "Oh my god, he teaches math and he raps. He's got to be so cool." Yeah, no. Yeah.
So this very much feels like the first day of school at a new school where you come in and you don't know anybody in the class, but you've heard of a couple people, and you look around because you're not necessarily in any other leagues with these people. You're not in any other classes with these people, but you're constantly measuring yourself up. You're looking, you're wondering, okay, I see what you're doing. Are you making the right moves? Am I making the right moves? You know, is my outfit that I laid out, is this a mistake? Did I not put the nice little cuff in the crease in my jeans like I was supposed to? Like, what's going on? So that's basically what this startup has been, just a constant measuring stick of and seeing, okay, I don't know measure up. I don't know if I'm cool enough, but I'm having a ball. It's a good time.
Yeah,
I'm right there with you, Jay. I'm sorry. I was just gonna say, since I'm in there, I'm right there with you, Jay Mike. I see what Scott Connor's doing and what you're doing, and I'm like, am I doing the right thing here? My team is loaded with like old guys. It's tons of points, but not a ton of dynasty value. And I'm like, these guys are going the total opposite way. I'm like, maybe I'm doing it all wrong. So,
and then you always remember there's a billion and one ways to win a dynasty league, but it's still super stressful at the beginning when you're like, golly, I really like what he's doing. Like, that team looks awesome. And I'm like, I don't know. It's fun. I just forgot how stressful it was. I really did, but it's fun. We're having a good time.
So once again, we come here, you know, every week or every other week or whatever the case may be on the open bar. And we still don't really know how many leagues J Mike is in, but it is a fact that in one way, shape, or form, he will bring a league to the open bar and, you know, try to get people to assess his trades, you know, put it into a calculator. Here he is in a startup. All right. And I'm sure he's on the clock. I'm sure he's at 5:12 in the 6:01. And he's like, so what do you guys think? What should I mean, do you even think for yourself, J Mike? Do you even think for yourself, or is it just the quote unquote FF community that just drives your teams, you know?
The audacity, the unmitigated gall of you, sir. Of you to say such things. I wipe my own butt. Listen, I don't need anybody else to wipe my butt. I got it. I got this, cuz.
Yeah.
But like Zach said, maybe I'll just follow Zach here, throw on some sweatpants and go 0 RB. Shout out to the chat. Good to see y'all this evening. But yeah, maybe I'll just go 0 RB. I'm already on my way, so it's perfect. Fits well.
All right. I'm with it. Not a huge fan of wiping your own butt though. I got Tushy for Christmas, so I'm kind of on that wave right now.
Bruh.
Just straight waves riding on my butt, So, all right. So
What?
anyway, with that, let's introduce the guests. Let's see where their bums are holding up. If they're feeling clean, I'm telling you, man, I can't get enough of this Tushy. I think we really need to just have a discussion about it at some point. It really deserves to be a sponsor for the show at this point. I don't know. We make up sponsors or we used to. That used to be a bit on this show, and I don't know what the bid is anymore. But anyway, Tushy's great. Go get Tushied. In the right way, that is. Be careful when you search Tushy on Google too, because there's some things that will show up. You got to make sure you're on the right website. Just a heads up. All right. So anyway, the guests, here they are. And first, the re-debut of none other than the man with the singlet, the man who probably has a better sniff, a better smell than The Rock. That's where it is for me. Is like I've never seen two people that could exactly sniff like this and still get it off, especially in the specific attire. Of course, it's none other than Stompy. Y'all know who it is. SFB champ. I don't know which one. Doesn't matter. All of them in my mind, because I haven't won one. So
I am the only Scott Fishbowl champion.
Yeah, he won. So, dude, welcome back. It's been far too long. I have nothing else to say than I'm happy to see you back. And what's good, brother?
Dude, I'm happy to be back. This means that my mental health journey over the past 6 months or so has gotten a lot better, and we're on the positive side here. And I'm happy to be back in something that I fell in love with, and with some of my friends who I fell in love with. So
exactly why we have you back. As a matter of fact, no, man, it's weird. It's weird scrolling through the Twitter streets, and not seeing a typical tweet from Stomp. And I don't mean typical in the way that they're boring, like I'm going to scroll past it, but just in the way that I'm like, man, I miss a good old Stompy tweet. So
I don't know. You must not have been paying attention the last few days, because I've been pissing people off right and left. So
what are you saying? That's exactly what I mean.
Well, I said something about Jalen Hurts being a top 5 QB. What else? I started making fun of Rondale Moore. That was more just to be a troll than anything. Because
sure.
And Devonta Smith today.
Oh no!
So I've been having fun.
The wide receivers, man. I saw a tweet earlier that they're getting some hate. We can get into it. All right, next up, none other than an addict himself. He puts it right in the handle, just in case y'all going to miss it. But you ain't gonna miss it. You know what he does. You know what he does to the booty? He gets it juiced. He's an addict. All right. Put it into his veins. Put it into them booty cheeks, left and right and left. None other than Rocky. Welcome back to the show. How you feeling, my friend?
Thanks. Yeah, I think that sums me up exactly, Gabe. I appreciate that. So yeah, thanks for having me back on the show. I love being here. More importantly, I love seeing, like you said, Stompy back here, seeing Justin back. Never potted with Porkman before. Love hanging out with you guys. So real happy to be here and looking forward to the rest of the night.
Oh, it's too lit. And we rounded these folks together. It's been a long time coming, I suppose. We started with Porkman. We're like, how can we make the perfect show? And I don't know how it happens every gosh darn time, J Mike. I think I said this 2 weeks ago, and I said, this is the perfect show. This is the perfect guest. I'm done with those guests. I don't even know who we had 2 weeks ago. This is the perfect show. I don't care about them anymore. I don't care about any of the guests we've had in 2021, 2020, beyond. Those shows sucked. This show is going to be the next best show. People don't get that. It just, we are a fine wine, J Mike. We just get better with time. Okay.
People are not going to want to come back and visit if you continue to bash previous shows because then they'll listen back the week after and just say, you know what? That was cool in the moment. And then he trashed me a week later. So I don't know. I don't know if this strategy is going to work for me.
Yeah. No, I'm not. I'm really not good at this. Like if I of taking a podcast to the next level, really not good. We've been on a podcast for like 14 years now, and we just watch podcast over podcast just like rise to the top, and we love those people. We're very happy for them, but you know, the open bar, we just stay stagnant. Ain't got to get stagnant, you know. All right, Pomp, dude, welcome back. It's been again. I know I've said this 2 times now, or it will be the second time, but it literally has been far too long. And I saw this comment somewhere, and the words circulating around this screen that I'm in front of. Not exactly where they're coming from, but I did recognize this. Friend of the show, Debro, was Debro on that horrible show 2 weeks ago? Was that the one that is going to be worse than this show? Is that
that was the one? Yep,
that was the one.
that
Okay,
one.
yeah. All right. Well, Debro, is good to have you on the show for the last time, because he won't want to come back, as J Mike says, but he will. Pompadour. Okay, he was birthed here. All right. I mean, not literally. I know, father, son. All right. I spit the line right in the intro, anyway, we won't get into that. We don't have to, but, anyway, Justin, Pompadour, FF Pompadour, how you feeling? What's good tonight?
I'm feeling good, man. Thanks for having me on. It's been almost a little over a year, I think, since my last open bar appearance. And I did something last time that I think I gotta do better this time, and we're just gonna go for it.
Yeah.
It burns going down, baby. It burns.
Yeah, it does.
You really should have shotgunned it.
I know.
Going
It's
for
really
it,
the
right?
only way to like
This
charge
is
anything
like-
carbonated.
This is just painful at this point.
Oh,
How'd that feel?
they grow up
It
so fast.
burns, but shotgun should have been the move, Sam.
Yeah.
It should have been the move, but
2022.
you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
I don't have my keys up here. I was thinking about that, like, where's my keys at? But they're upstairs. But
Oh,
thanks for having me back. There's that. I don't always drink during the week, but today's a special occasion.
Honestly, J Mike, I've been thinking about this. I've been thinking about this for a while now. Like, man, what is the open bar turn me into? Drinking on a Tuesday. Oops, I meant booze day.
Tuesday.
Come on. What this is? I would never. I used to go out and play trivia on Tuesday nights and have a beer, and now I sit here, talk with all my friends, because I don't have friends to go and play trivia with now. These are my friends, which is great. I'm just saying that is now the life that we have all come to see in the past year. So I don't know, J Mike, have you thought about that at all? Like when you're drinking your fancy Blantons every week?
You're gifted one bottle of Blanton's, and all of a sudden you're drinking it every week, all the time. It's like, when did I become that baller? I don't know. Yeah, I mean I feel like that's a common refrain right now. Is as restrictions are easing, just looking back and seeing the things that you miss doing, but also trying to figure out how the heck do you move forward, right? I don't want to necessarily run back to what was. I want to see what is, what's to be. So I'm excited. But shout out to the chef. He said that you can come play trivia with him on Thursdays at any point. If you're up for that, Gabe.
Yeah, but I also saw him say this, and I feel like he was coming at me. So
Try to just bury that one.
yeah, I don't know where we're at, chef. We're gonna have to establish the bun a little bit there, Paolo. I'm just kidding, chef. What's good? Guys, I'm always kidding. Like, I'm almost always kidding, by the way. All right. J Mike says that I'm too dry, I'm too monotone. People don't know that I'm kidding. I said that I hated every show up until this point. That's not true. That was a joke. I was just doing that for the content, get people to hate me more, like J Mike more. Do you not understand how this podcast works? Anyway.
Good podcaster, bad podcaster.
See? Come on. All right. And a newcomer to the show, finally. And I really, we talked about this in the pre-show. All right. We got to thank him right away for bringing his show sheet for his show that he literally just recorded. I don't know when they drop Rewind, in accordance to when they record, but I know that the Open Bar drops their recording in about 2 to 3 hours time. So it's likely that you will hear whatever was on their podcast that they recorded before they actually drop their podcast, which is going to be great because it's going to look like that we did this podcast ahead of the Dynasty Rewind. And you see what we did there with the Rewind. You get the science there. Yeah. Anyway, Porkman, dude, what's up? Welcome to the show. So happy to meet you and finally have you here. It's been a long time coming. I say that to a lot of guests that come on here, and it may seem phony, but it is genuine. Have been looking forward to speaking with you and checking out Rewind here and there. Y'all do some great stuff with Bauer and fam. So welcome, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I appreciate it. Devout listener for, about a year or so while I'm driving. So I really appreciate that. Just recently became a Patreon subscriber. So I'm really looking forward to all the articles that's coming through there. Drop my whole check in there, drop the stimmy in there. So, I should get I should get all the articles and, extra podcasts that you do from day to day. So I'm really looking forward to that. So
that Patreon is fire.
You guys owe him the shirts off your backs for that. Literally.
I mean, dang, it's like that.
I know.
I help. I got me and my wife. I got my 2 kids. So I got the whole got the whole check. So I love coming to but in all seriousness, Wednesday is my open bar day while I drive. I always talk to J Mike. That's my homie, man. But I really haven't talked to you as much. But look forward to talking to you today and in the future for sure, and especially with the other 3 guys. We're just here to have some fun.
Yeah.
This one thing. I mean, I feel like we got a couple things that we need to address before we move forward. This is all right. Porkman. I know I know prior to the, only for the folks who found this out and like the Pulp Premium folks, the Pulp Premium subscribers to the Patreon page, they're the only ones that were able to view, our NFT blockchain discussions from prior to, us going live. That said, I love the Round Mound of Rewind. I love Charles Porkley. Those are both outstanding nicknames. However, what the chef came up with for you, FF Stimmy, I think that's as appropriate, if not more appropriate, than any name that you've had previously. So I want to posit that. I want to let you marinate on that, chew on that a little bit. Let me know how it feels. And next, I want to do the honor of naming our top subscribers of our Patreon page, the Porkman Premium subscribers. Porkman Premium. That's our top tier. So Pulp Patrol, our Pulp Premium was the top tier. I feel like you dropping the Stompy said, not the stimmy, not the
oh no, you can put that stuff on GME, bro.
But Porkman Premium. I'm just saying. I had to. Are you okay if we name that after you, after your generous contribution on the Porkman family?
Perfectly fine with that. I'm perfectly fine with that. As long as you put my face as the logo for the Patreon, it'll be good. Just me holding a big old pork shoulder. It's like,
do you have one of those pictures available? Because now I might actually start about thinking.
I do not, but I do have I do have a picture of a brisket that I made the other day, so I can use that instead. You saw that, right, Jim? Mike?
That's
I
off brand.
did see
though.
that.
That's
Right.
off brand pork, man. You know that's not. You know that's not pork, right?
Well, my wife doesn't eat. Obviously, my wife doesn't eat pork, so she likes brisket. So I decided to smoke a brisket for her. Came out
Send some
good.
my way.
Husband of the year.
I'll send the picture.
Yeah,
Brisket.
you juiced that booty real nice.
Yeah,
brisket-
real nice.
Brisket. Well, I don't know if a brisket's that's not really a butt, but like,
It's not the
If
butt.
it was a butt, I'd
No.
eat it.
You know what? This is why we can't have nice things, y'all. This is why we can't have nice things.
a brisket, a brasket. Come on. I don't. J Mike, so you have J Mike, you have a lot of friends. You have a lot of friends in the FF industry. I feel like people really like you. I've never seen a tweet on Twitter, shouting you out about like how kind you are, like how nice you are. I've never seen one of those in my life. But let's start there, J Mike. How do you do it? How do you do it, man? Because I want to learn from you. I'm bad podcaster. You're good pod, bad pod, whatever. That Rocky was saying. But where do I start? Teach me.
I think it's just one of those things where you do your best to let people know how terrible you are at everything.
Yeah.
And there's something that people really jive with when it comes to realism. Like when you keep it a buck about how whack you are, how square you are, how you're a husband with kids, but nobody's looking. They're not expecting much from me. There's no expectations of like, hey, you know what I want to do? I want to model my nightlife after J Mike. Like I want to be tucking kids in. I want to go to sleep early on the couch. I want to make sure that I have taken the trash out and made sure the dishes were clean before I went to bed. Like that's what it is. I think it's just it's levels. People just aren't worried about my dad life stuff, and they're okay with me being a square. But that's the thing, Gabe. When they look at you, they hear the raps, they see the beard,
The braggadocious.
they see the FF man bun and FF hair down.
Yeah.
They hear Pop the Hood.
Yeah.
They hear
What ass Tushy?
but they hear what?
Yeah.
They hear the JJ Watt. Now from the top, you know what I'm saying? So there's expectations of you to maintain a certain level of, you know what I'm saying? That, to be honest, like you're legitimately FF Stimmy. Like you are the living embodiment of FF Stimmy.
Okay.
Just saying.
All right. I don't know if that actually helped me. I think I don't know what to work on, J Mike. I feel like if I just keep doing intros and videos that people will just kind of keep I feel like I'm just at this level, and I can never like get up there. I can't do I have to sleep on the couch? What do I have to
Where exactly is up there? Can you
I don't know.
understand that part?
I don't know. I think it's when it's up and it's stuck. I think there's like something. Is that not it? No.
Can we no.
Whose ADP is up and it's stuck? Is there anyone's ADP that's up and it's stuck and it just won't? It refuses to fall. It just continues to be stuck. No matter what happens, is there anything that is going to tear a lack of a better term, tear a person's ADP down? Is there one out there? These can be rookies too, since people are getting a little hyphy on pro days or just in startup ADP. Is there anything that's just not going to damage one's ADP? Because I feel like that happens every year, that there are definitely players that just like, no matter what comes out, like people still going to show them some love. It's up and it's stuck.
I think me personally right now, it probably has to be DeAndre Swift. Because they signed with Jamal Williams behind them. So that's not really much competition. The only problem is I have right now is Deuce Staley is their running back coach, and he likes to run committee. So,
You will not let Deuce Staley live, man.
no, I won't. Because it became an issue, man. Like Miles Sanders
Everyone
is
blames
a
Peterson.
good running back.
Yeah,
It's
everyone
Deuce.
blames-
It was Deuce, and it's the fact that you got Miles Sanders, right? Oh yeah, let me throw in Boston Scott on 2nd and 3 when you got Miles Sanders who can get you that 3 yards. So me personally, his ADP is going to be high, but if it's too high, I'm not touching it. And I know there's some people that's just paying outrageous prices for DeAndre Swift. My boy Matty Big Chest, he's paying redunculous stuff for him. So I just think it's too high at this point, and I think it's stuck that way.
Yeah, up and it's stuck even.
Yes,
That's a really good one actually. With how he's viewed right now.
mm-hmm.
I like it. What else?
I
What
gotta
else we
sell
got?
some
Any
DeAndre
other? I know. Yeah. Would you?
Stephon Diggs.
Oh, yeah. He's up. He's stuck.
I feel like nothing now after what he did with Josh Allen, because everyone always thought he was good, and then Minnesota just didn't use him correctly. Then he goes to Buffalo, where people were like, "Oh, he's gonna suck there because Josh Allen can't throw accurately," and then he has that year, and now I feel like you can't really say anything that's gonna take him down.
It's another good one.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, this is super obvious, but I mean, CMC missed almost an entire year. Is a 25-year-old running back on a second contract, and is still in the top 5 in Superflex ADP. So it's like everything you don't want in a right back. And but those points from the previous years just keep him stuck.
Yep. I don't even think that's an obvious one. I think it's another great one. All three have been great so far. I am actually very surprised that McCaffrey is up and he's stuck, and maybe is just kind of the idea that I think the top 5-10 running backs didn't really have a great year in general. Saquon obviously injured. I think Kamara deserves the idea of being in that top 3 or 2, whatever. But I mean, like, I don't know, Derrick Henry's still kind of getting a little bit of some disrespect. I'd say Chubb's getting some disrespect as far as being up there, and Zeke obviously fell off. Like, yeah, I mean, McCaffrey didn't do shit, and he's
No, for real though.
Can we go back to Swift real quick? I'm just trying to understand, and I hope you all can help me with this. This is shout out to all the folks that work for us over at Dynasty League Football.
yep.
Obviously another one of the
Sponsor of
places
the
that
show.
Gabe and I own. The empire continues to grow. Let me stop. So in March 2021 startup ADP, and by the way, my answer was going to be Cam Akers, but I'll come back to him. I want to stick on Swift for a second because somebody pointed this out the other earlier today, and I was blown away. So DeAndre Swift is 6 overall, and the 6th running back in ADP.
Excuse me?
6 overall, and he's RB6. So the 5 people in front of DeAndre Swift, new offense, no Matthew Stafford, not sure what to do with anyway. That's besides the point. Let me get back to the facts. Christian McCaffrey, Jonathan Taylor, Saquon Barkley, Alvin Kamara, Dalvin Cook. Those are the 5 people in front of DeAndre Swift.
Okay.
Followed by 4 wide receivers: Devontae Adams, Justin Jefferson, DK Metcalf, Tyreek Hill. How does DeAndre Swift pay off at RB6?
You
He
have
doesn't.
his name value.
That has to be absolute stealing, right?
All right. So what are we selling DeAndre Swift for? I think people are just
Listen.
enamored with the talent and the fact that he's gonna get 25 to 30 touches a game. But like you said, new offense, no Matthew Stafford. bad team. I mean, would you sell him for Justin Jefferson straight up?
God, yes. What?
I mean,
All
I
right,
am
well,
because I'm a
stop
Jefferson
it.
fan. I'm a,
Young running backs are hard to find.
Get
Valuable
out of
replacement.
here. What? He just put up the best rookie season of all
Of all
time.
time. Right.
Because he's not DeAndre Swift.
What does that mean?
Oh, that's a simple fact, Stompy.
Physically,
You're right. Yeah.
DeAndre Swift, duh.
I could move him for Jefferson in the league, and I was saying that's close, obviously, but I was always thinking young running back. It's hard to, those are more valuable in dynasty just because you have only so many years to produce RB1 numbers before they drop off a cliff. But now that Porkman over here is enlightening me that I didn't realize he was that high in ADP. So now I may move him 1-for-1 for Justin Jefferson, but then, I mean, why not,
can.
right? I mean,
Yeah,
I
why
can. I know
not?
I can. I know 100% can. In the
I
league.
mean,
'cause-
there's guys here though, like Nick Chubb is RB10, Zeke is RB11. I don't really understand that. I mean, yeah, he had an off year last year, but he is also a monster and had 3 phenomenal years.
Mhm.
I guess
He's
I
like-
get it if we're looking at before Jamal Williams, but even then you knew that they were going to bring somebody in. He wasn't going to get 100%
All
of
the
the
carries.
touches. So
He's no James Robinson.
right.
I just have a hard time. And for that matter, and to really ruffle feathers, what does Jonathan Taylor have to do to
Oh,
pay
geez.
off his value right now? I know I'm stomping on toes. They brought back Marlon Mack. Naheem Hines is still around. The offense is still the offense. I'm not saying Jonathan Taylor is not going to be awesome. I'm just asking. Again, I'm just a guy. I don't know much. I'm just asking questions. I like to listen to smart people talk. Jonathan Taylor is currently number 2 overall. Please, someone tell me how he pays off with the situation that's around him because he's got to get the requisite touches. I don't know. Go ahead, Justin. I know you want this.
offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
Young running backs, the thing. Generational talent. Marlon Mack,
Check.
Achilles rupture. I'm not that concerned about it. I think you saw what Jonathan Taylor was able to do. But I mean, it's like anyone. Like you can say that about anyone that's going in the first round. How are they going to pay off value? It's just like you kind of got to take guys, or else there wouldn't be a first round.
No, I get that, but
Right.
what I'm saying is Jonathan
That's where I'm at.
Taylor. We just watched him get yanked around and have this work share or whatever, and we hope, and we thought it was just a Doug Peterson thing, right? What happens if Frank Reich's like, no, this
The
committee
Deuce
stuff
Staley
is-
thing.
this committee stuff. Yeah, we thought it was a Deuce Staley thing. What if it's just a hey? You know what I really enjoy? Having really good running backs and not giving them all the work. 2021. Huzzah. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
That's a good. I don't think there's.
and I'm
like, I
with
don't
you.
think there's-
I'm with you in that. Hey, you have to. Yeah, obviously, you got to take players if you have a spot, right?
Right.
I'm trying to understand specifically those two because we're really excited about this 2020 rookie running back group that are now going to be sophomores, and we have these giant expectations. Like when we look at the ADP, and again, you have to take people where you take them, right? But there are 5 rookie running backs in the top 13 overall players: J.K., Ham, DeAndre Swift, and Jonathan Taylor. I'm sorry, 4. I can't count. Apparently, 4 is not my strong suit. So
think
four of the top 13 are running backs from last class. I'm just trying to understand when they're not when they're all in situations where they're projected to all share work. I'm just curious. So I didn't know if anybody felt strongly either way.
Well, I think it's also because they are young running backs and they have those more years to produce those RB1 numbers. Not necessarily going to be like, the top 3 RB each year, but they have a better chance to produce top 12 numbers for a longer time than, say, I don't know, like Nick Chubb or someone like that, just because Nick Chubb is older. And I think dynasty people, especially doing startups this early on in the year, in February and March, are enamored with the rookies. You see how good that 2020 rookie running back class was. And people are just kind of, they are good prospects and they are young and they have the opportunity to have 3+ RB1 seasons ahead of them. Whereas someone older, like, I'm just going to use Nick Chubb as the example because it's the only thing I can think of right now. I know Stompy loves Nick Chubb, is not going to have 3 more years of RB1 numbers, maybe 1 or 2, but at that price, kind of playing the 2-3. I'm not dealing with this, Stompy. We can have this debate on another podcast. I'm not here. I'm here. I haven't seen him forever, and this is what's happening.
I'm with Justin here, though. I mean, if you're looking to be RB2, he's not necessarily going to pay off as the production RB2, but that's what it is. I mean, the guys you have to choose from after that, like if you're looking at the ADP, Saquon, maybe you put ahead of him, but I mean, try Alvin Kamara and Dalvin Cook are 4 and 5. Try selling them for good value at this point. I mean, at 25, 26 years old, you might as well be dead to most dynasty managers at this point as a running back. So no matter how well you've produced.
You might as well be dead to the NFL. Let's be real.
That's true, too. But yeah, I mean, and then we get to Swift and Akers, and he looked, we liked him more than them because he finished higher than them. So, I mean, that's where it's coming from.
I mean, how many touches do y'all need from Jonathan Taylor to be like not necessarily the RB2, but just to hold that RB2 ADP?
Touches as in carries and receptions?
Yeah.
I would say over 300, close to like 325, because he's efficient when he gets the ball.
Right.
You saw how he was in the second half of the season. So when he got the ball, and like my man said, with the offensive line is steadily. All you got to do is run to the left side, and he's going to get 6 yards a clip. It's crazy. And it shows that they try to say he didn't have hands in Wisconsin. He has the hands. So that can kind of knock out Nyheim Hines. Nyheim Hines is going to be coming in to spell him because of Marlon Mack. He's not 100%. We all know that. I just think that was just a team-friendly deal just to add depth to the team. So to me, this is Jonathan Taylor's backfield, and I think he's going to take over this year and be a top 5 back.
Yeah, I'm not worried about Marlon Mack, but Hines does. Hines is a good back for what he is, and they like him. So I mean, I definitely think he's going to stay in a similar role to what he did last year. I don't think Taylor's just going to like totally push him out of the way.
Right.
And that they did 2 running back sets,
right,
enough to where I don't think it's like necessarily an issue with Jonathan Taylor. I mean, it's kind of similar that if you don't like Jonathan Taylor, then you should also not like Nick Chubb, along those kind of same lines. But Nick Chubb probably has it worse because Kareem Hunt's far better than Nyheim Hines and Marlon Mack, certainly at this point. And I think Jonathan Taylor can get 300 touches. Mm-hmm. I think that's pretty easy because they didn't really use him as much at the beginning of the season or to utilize him as much. And like you said, Porgman, that latter half, totally is when he started cooking.
I think the game was too fast for him in the beginning because he was running behind his blockers and he wasn't, doing what he was doing in Wisconsin. But I think the game slowed down for him in the second half, and he was following his blockers and, just doing his job. And if he continues to do that, he can be a stud.
Yep. Yeah, and alluding to what Justin was saying, who else can you put up there? And Rocky kind of mentioned maybe Saquon, but it's who can really get that many touches? Like Dalvin Cook, I think should potentially be up there. And if you still are with Derrick Henry as far as he's getting the age hate or whatever, he's definitely can still get 300, 350, 400 touches. So
how long is he going to freaking last, bro? That's nuts.
He kind of already seemed to be on the decline this last year, just on efficiency, but he's still getting the touches, so the volume might not matter.
Rocky had mentioned it earlier. I wrote an article on it too, but those guys are entering areas in their career that you start to see the decline in second contracts. Like you said, Derrick Henry, it's not unprecedented territory, but it's in territory that we don't necessarily know how he's going to survive it because he's a big dude, 6'3", 240, 250.
Yeah,
Like
240
he's a monster. And so we've seen guys do back-to-back 300-yard seasons, but they take a noticeable step back in that third one or in that season after that. But again, with Derrick Henry, he's just built different and literally built different. So it'll be interesting to see what he does. I would still be, I mean, regardless, maybe you miss out on a season or two, but at some point these guys are going to start to decline in value. And it could be as early as this year because, I mean, you see what these rookies are doing. Plus, I mean, Dynasty is always obsessed with rookies. So you're going to see more next year or next year that'll probably pop up as well. So, I mean, Christian McCaffrey, Kamara, Cook, and Henry are guys that I would be selling right now because they're probably at or near their peak value.
What would you be selling Kamara for? Sorry.
I mean, if you can get a younger running back,
but you
I would
can't.
be – what?
You
Yeah,
can't.
he's got a point there. You can't get any of those rookies for
You have to
Kamara.
sell
No,
one.
I'm not saying the rookies. I'm just saying younger.
Like-
Antonio Gibson's one. James
Straight
Robinson's
up, 1 for
another.
1?
I didn't say straight up, Justin.
He's asking.
God damn it.
It's a question.
That's what I heard. I heard
No,
straight up.
it was
That's what
not,
I
Jay
heard.
Mike. It was the
Stomp
attitude.
yelling again. I love it.
This young kid needs to learn his place.
Yo, Stompy, I turned 23 in 2 weeks.
Yeah, he came mature onto
Be able
this
to go to a
pod.
bar.
He came mature
I'm at a
onto
bar
the-
right now.
But yeah, so
Not to
And-
rent a
and
car
these were
just for
st-
fun.
these are suggestions I made.
Not
It's
yet.
like James Robinson, Antonio Gibson, and like a 2021 first or a young wide receiver.
Can-
Ah.
And let me ask this: Or, yeah, the curious case of Kamara and that ilk of guys like moving them's quite the chore if you're trying to win leagues. Let me ask you guys this: Are you, if I gave you the grouping of the top 3 sophomore backs, so I give you the grouping of Jonathan Taylor, I give you the grouping of DeAndre Swift, Cam Akers,
Mhm.
and then I'll also group together, let's just say the next 3 guys when it comes to those sophomore backs: Antonio Gibson, who you're a lot cheaper to acquire, CEH, and let's just throw James Robinson in for the fun of it. Let's just get crazy for a minute. Do you have a lot more confidence that that top group of 3 will finish in the top, let's say 5? Do you have a lot more confidence that that top group finishes top 5 more often than that bottom 3 group of 5? Bottom 3 group does. So basically, I've pitted Taylor, Swift, and Cam Akers on one side. On the other side, the hope of the rest, the also rans: Antonio Gibson, CEH, and James Robinson. Do you have more confidence in a top 5 finish in the first group? Or is it just equal for you? Or do you have more confidence in that second group for a top 5 finish?
I mean, I think Jonathan Taylor is honestly the answer here. He's
No, he's your answer, Stompy. I didn't
No.
ask. He's your answer. Don't try to project to everybody else. Don't come back and do that. Don't come back
I
and
hate
do that.
this place. I hate it.
No, Stompy, I'm with you. J Mike's wrong. He is the answer.
Well, here I think the obvious answer in general is Jonathan Taylor. But I mean, James Robinson dominated touches last year for Jacksonville. And they signed Carlos Hyde. Whoop-de-doo. They're going to have a better offense. They'll probably score more.
Mhm.
I would not be surprised if James Robinson in the next 2 years with Trevor and LaVisca and maybe Shark for the long term. If not, maybe they'll get a wide receiver. That could be interesting in the next 2 years for Jacksonville.
I'm with Stompy here. To me, it's like that first group is Taylor and Swift are up here, and all the rest of them are down here. But I would even throw Robinson. If you'd said Taylor, Swift, and Robinson, I'd rather have them than way more than Akers, Gibson, and CEH. I like Robinson just as much as I think Akers is. I think the Akers hype is out of control. Personally, a lot of what he did was with Henderson out. I mean, I like him a lot. I was actually hiring him the most coming out of the draft last year, but I think people ignore the fact that Henderson was hurt a lot, that they were rotating backs all year. I don't think it's a given that he's gonna get even a Jonathan Taylor workload next year.
And I honestly think it's the disrespect that you guys left out J.K. Dobbins on that list.
Thank you.
I knew I was forgetting somebody. I'm
Be
sorry.
there with
I didn't know.
Akers
No,
and Swift.
And
It was
I
my
think
fault.
and I think J.K. Dobbins honestly has that chance to be in that top five. Just because of that offense, because they run the ball.
Man,
so
just found my
goddamn
new
much.
best friend, baby.
J.K.
Yeah.
Dobbins was my RB1 last year because he is that dude.
He's the best
No worries about pass
running
catching?
back in that class. He's
From
the
that
best
class.
rusher from that class.
And
No
he
worries
was a
about
read
missing
option.
somebody.
And he was a read option guy. So he goes from read option in Ohio State to read option with the best running quarterback of all time, it looks like right now, in Lamar Jackson. So all them lanes are going to be opening up, and he's going to freaking kill it. And I think he can be in that top three of guys that you was talking about, J. Mike.
I don't disagree with that, but I think you need the passing work to get into that top three. And where is that passing work coming from? Lamar Jackson does not throw to the backs.
Well, it's the thing that I see is that they do have a new passing game coordinator, which they could implement that, so we can see if they do that. But the fact that those lanes are going to be open, and having an old Mark Ingram 2 years ago run like he did, J.K. Dobbins is faster than that and a better runner than him at that age.
I agree with you.
He
I'm
can
sorry.
run for like 1,500 yards.
Yeah, I
in my
love
opinion.
Dobbins as a talent. I think he could run for a shit ton of yards. I'm just worried about the catches. And in PPR, you need, Zach Reed always says this, you need to get those catches to get up to the top. Derrick Henry had an all-time season this year, rushing and
It's RB6, right?
yeah, it's RB6. Yeah, so
That's gonna be tough. Gus the bus. Justice Hill still kicking. Lamar
Justin,
Jackson.
I know you were dying to get in there.
Yeah, my bad,
Oh,
Justin. I got a little irritated. My bad.
Justin needs to know he doesn't have to raise his hand.
Well, I'm also like trying to do a trade. I'm about to get Justin Jefferson. For
He's
DeAndre
mature now.
Swift in the league. I'm mature now.
Oh, turn up.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I actually moved Clyde Edwards-Helaire and Hollywood Brown today for Cam Akers because I like Cam Akers.
I don't know if I want to talk. I don't know if I want to call my dear friend on this podcast out right now. He just talked about your son, J. Mike. What
Who did?
Clyde.
Justin did?
Talking about trading him just now?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, people let people trade all they want. Go for it.
No.
Trade your son though.
I'm
Trade
going
your
to talk
son.
about. I'm going to talk about the trade you sent me today, and my
Oh.
reaction to said trade.
I got a trade off.
What's funny is before you even share it, Sam, and I did this on purpose. I legitimately wanted to come back and talk about that tonight because I knew when I sent it, you would be furious. I 100% want to revisit that.
I was
Before
like,
we do,
no, he
Yeah,
didn't.
yeah, and your response, and listen to y'all. So here's the trade real quick, and I did this on purpose to Stompy because Stompy hit me up the other day. We're in the league together. I know everyone cares. I love it. It's great.
Get the trade calculator.
Everyone cares about our league. So I've got Cam Akers. He's got DeAndre Hopkins. Recently acquired for him DeAndre Hopkins. And I said, this is going to be fun. I'm going to piss him off something awful. So I want to be able to talk about it tonight just because I want to see his face. I sent him Cam Akers and a 22 third for DeAndre Hopkins. And his 23 or was it no, it was 22 first.
No,
23
20
first.
Yeah, it was the 22 first.
22 first. I sent that to him, and his response in the reject was John Michael. That was it. It was perfect. It
I was
really
like, there's no way that he values
No.
Akers.
I certainly don't. I just keep looking at ADP like, are y'all for real? Like, Let me just throw out some wild stuff. See if he gets taken. Yeah. Anyway, the one thing I didn't want to come back to, Gabe, are you up for an open bar bet?
Does my booty get juiced?
No, I'm not. I have no idea. Ask Steph. I don't know. I don't know if you get juiced or not, bro. That's not for me to know. I mean, we.
All right, let me go get her.
All right. And Porkman, thank you for keeping me honest, for omitting Dobbins, because I was having to blink. I was like, I know that there's a sixth, and the first name that came to my mind, Jaguar faithful, of course, James Robinson. But yeah, it was J.K. Dobbins who I was thinking of in terms of those guys. But let's just have a fun open bar bet. Casey. That's why we can't have nice things, man. That's why we can't. Oh, bro, cut that out. Casey, you out. So open bar bet, and you're gonna have to choose carefully. Okay, choose carefully. We just talked through all those sophomore running backs. You have one dart to tell me and all of the hundreds of thousands of millions of billions of people who listen to the Open Bar podcast. You get one dart. Who is the sophomore running back that finishes with the most points in 2021? One dart. So it's kind of the opposite of the one's got to go game. It's the there can be only one game. Sophomore running backs, you get one dart for 2021. Who finishes the highest? Who finishes with the most points? Man, I really upset Rocky. Sorry, Miles Sanders can't be a part of this, Rocky. Gosh, chill out, man. One dart. Who y'all got? Who's your one dart? Porkman.
Do it. Do it.
I'm saying JK.
Boo.
All right, I'm writing this down right now.
You know what? I'm gonna write an article just for Porkman here.
I appreciate you, Stump.
J.K. Dobbins. All right, Justin, who you got?
I'm gonna go with Cam Akers.
Okay.
Don't look at me like that, Sam. I was gonna just follow the train and have you say boom.
It's
And
like
J.K. Dobbins again. All
From
right?
here, it looks
Listen,
like you're
all right?
just staring at him, like from
Yeah, he
at
is.
the top all the way down.
All right, Gabe.
I feel like
what
your
you got?
dad. Why are you flipping me off?
Doubleberry. Dang. There was a lot of angst in that.
Pomp
to
is
walk
my
away.
son. Justin is my son. Now,
Gabe?
from now on.
That's just false. Remember Devonta Freeman? Oh shit.
That was not a good call. You're right. I get shit wrong. I don't know what.
Not allowed here.
I got a trade-off I have a question for, but after we finish this cycle.
Am I allowed to? I don't understand why the first two picks haven't been Jonathan Taylor. Am I allowed to do that?
Mm-hmm.
Any of the songs that you want.
I don't understand why that's not the only person being picked. Like, I thought it was like, okay, so after Jonathan Taylor, who do you think will finish second?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, I was trying to be contrarian a little bit. I don't want to
Well,
be
we
right.
don't
I
have
want
to
to
go-
sound cool.
We've been
Justin, don't let
this.
this-
I've been
don't-
JT for a minute. I'm ready.
Don't let
I
him
have a-
shame you in your choice. Don't let him do that to
Yeah,
you.
what the
Don't
heck,
let him
Gabe?
cam shame you.
Wow.
Come on,
It ain't
Gabe.
right.
Can't
I have a
shame
question for a trade before he revokes it. If you guys don't mind helping out.
Yes,
So it's,
man, I'll come right back to you, Stompy. I won't forget about
it's a
you.
super flex tight end premium. I'm moving DeAndre Swift, Rob Gronkowski, a probably mid, possibly early first, 2022 second, and 2022 fourth for Justin Jefferson, Drew Sample, and the 109.
Drew
Sample.
Sample.
Drew Sample was the
Like
tipping
was
point.
the
You messed up the whole thing with the sample.
I
man.
know, man.
Just sample.
Oh, bad.
Ah,
That's too much.
Many hip hop songs.
too
same
much.
same verbiage. Messed the whole thing up with the sample, man.
Is that 109 super flex, Justin?
Yeah, super flex tight end premium.
wait, Swift and
It's basically Swift in the 109 for DeAndre Swift. Probably we'll say mid 2022 first, 2022 second, and 2022 fourth. It doesn't even matter.
I think that's so much for Justin Jefferson and a tight end premium too.
So would you just do?
Is it though?
Because we're saying you do DeAndre Swift for Justin Jefferson straight up. This is basically just moving a future first and second for the 109.
because you're acquiring 109.
I'm acquiring 109 and Justin Jefferson.
Hey,
for Swift, Gronk, and a 22 first.
And second, yeah.
If I could somehow squeeze out of the 22 second and make it like a third or something, I would feel better, but I don't necessarily hate it.
So we're better off just going with Swift for Jefferson 1-for-1.
I would do
yeah.
Jefferson for Swift 1-for-1. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't even worry about the 109 this year, which could be Lance. Bateman's the 109. It's not.
Listen, man. Shout out to the guys over at Rookie Fever. I am. It's coming over me. This is the time of the year. Done all this tape watching, and I'm like 109. You know who's gonna be there in Superflex in 109? Like, so I need to chill. I need to hear level heads speak about this.
Oh, that's tough.
Well,
Would
level
you
heads,
rather-
speak about
Can I
this.
just counter and say Jefferson for Swift 1-for-1? Is that the
I
better
want
move?
Jefferson if you do that for sure.
I don't know.
Yeah.
If that's, yeah.
I guess my question is, do you think the difference between Swift and Jefferson is equal to Rob Gronkowski and tight end premium?
I mean, I have Fant and Irv Smith and Troutman, but that's why I'm like, yeah.
I mean, if and here's the other thing: if he's a guy you want to have on your team,
Go
a
for
little
it.
bit of an, I don't think it's a tremendous overpay, but I think it's a little bit of an overpay.
So I'll just cancel and just do Swift for Jefferson 1-for-1 then. I
Yeah,
think
see how
that's
that
what
go.
that's what we're doing.
There's a lot of moving pieces. The more you add to something like that, I mean, you
I
can
was thinking 109 to get in this year's draft. That's the only reason why I was like,
yeah, and you could pretty much cancel out that 2022 and the 109, I suppose. Like that's
Well, the first and the second, especially, I think equals to 109.
You think so? I just thinking that it was in the back end that it could be closer to even, but yeah, I feel you there. Especially with the QB class. I think this year will be better than next. But I don't know if you'll get Trey Lance. You might.
yeah, I think it's
you might
Bateman's
get.
my guess. Bateman's.
I guess you could get either Lance or Mac Jones maybe, but maybe that just depends how the draft goes. But I think people are going to be spicy on these QBs this year in Superflex rookie drafts.
I was just about to say, can we flesh that out for a second though? So at 109 Superflex, we're looking at and I'm just being in general right now. You've got the 4 quarterbacks. We've got the 3 running backs between Harris, Etienne, Williams. Right. So that brings us to 7 players out the gate. We haven't touched Kyle Pitts. We haven't touched Jamar Chase. So one of those 9 are yours.
Mhm.
If that's how, I mean, if that's really how you feel. And at 109, I think that's juicy. If
It better you better not be Rondale Moore is all I'm gonna say. He's too short.
oh, listen to you trolling.
All right.
Zach's in the chat too. If he could reach through, he would hurt you.
Hey, listen, Devonta Smith
Don't do
looks
that.
like his legs are gonna snap in half too.
Listen to you. Listen to you.
And
We
you
thought-
just
I thought you were-
offered for Justin Jefferson, DeAndre Swift. What about his legs?
They're probably gonna snap in half too.
They're gonna snap in half. All right.
Unbelievable. I thought you changed after your hiatus, Stompy.
No, I just needed to get my mental health so I could be a lot sharper with all of you. And meaner. I'm gonna get real mean.
So everyone's
by the way,
legs can break.
Kylan Hill's better than Kenny Gainwell. Ooh.
I'm just not. We're going to continue this running back train and then we'll move on because I know that Rocky's got something special for us. Stompy, who's your sophomore running back?
J.K. Dobbins.
Rocky, who's yours?
It's got to be JT.
Okay.
I did
And-
that for Tacit Assassin in the chat telling me that J.K. Dobbins isn't going to be shit. Shut up, Zach.
And just for the glory of it all, I'm going with Antonio Gibson because I want to be able to win this without sharing the victory with any of you all.
But you wouldn't even take CEH like a true man.
I love CEH, but
Yeah.
hey, I'm gonna cower my way out of this one.
Mm-hmm.
All right, it's written in stone. Watch all of us be wrong, and it's gonna be James Robinson running it back.
He's kind of a guy I'm looking at to trade for just because I think he's just going really underdrafted, especially now with Carlos Hyde as the backup. Ugh.
He's
Also-
pretty hated for the season he had. He had a better season than any of the others, other rookie running backs.
And we didn't even none of us said Swift. FYI, no, none of us said CH, but none of us said Swift either. Just saying. All right.
I'm with Gabe that James Robinson hate is crazy. That draft capital thing, man, that sticks with you forever.
Yeah.
Forever. All right.
But we got, I guess Eckler and Robinson are right next door to each other. So Eckler, Robinson, you're going to be RB19 for the next 3 years, right next door to Eckler, because
Also
just because of where you were drafted. Yeah, exactly.
I do not endorse this
And
message,
Chris
but
Carson, same thing.
That's nobody but that's Bauer.
I know it.
That boy Bauer.
Poor
I know
man
it.
put that on.
Rewind CEO himself. Unbelievable.
Yes, sir.
Unbelievable. What's up, Bauer? Good to see you, man. All right, Rocky, the floor is yours. Rocky's got a little something special for us this evening to bring us to a close. I'm excited about this.
Yeah, I DM'd the guys before I came on. I have I don't know how many of you listen to Dynasty Game Night, but I have a name game, an open bar themed name game.
Yo.
Yeah. So I don't think it's very difficult if you listen to the show. If you don't, you will be exposed. So
Yes. Expose them.
if you listen, and I guess Porkman should definitely know as the premium Patreon, every week. So if anybody doesn't know with the name game, it's, there's a theme, which is the open bar. You get a clue to the theme, and there's also the team and the division of the position and the division of the player, and you have to blend those two together. The last syllable generally goes into the next word. So I wish I had an example. I'm hoping you guys all listen to Dynasty Game Night know what the hell I'm talking about.
I've listened to it before.
So, and like I said, I hope it's not just Jay, Mike, and Gabe just answering all these questions, because they'll probably know the answers to most of them. But and I meant to mention this. I was inspired by the Swifties episode where Gabe totally butchered the name game. So, so and I came up with one then, and I was like, I gotta fill the rest of these out. So, how many do you want me to do? Because I have 8 of them. I don't know if you want me to do 8 deep or not. So.
Yep.
How many do you want me to do?
All
of them?
Yep.
Okay.
It's name. I know name game. Name game doesn't take long.
Yeah. Okay. Am I keeping score here? When winner gets a free month of Porkman Premium Patreon?
Yeah.
100%. 100%. And
Yeah,
a Wubba Lubba Chub Chub t-shirt.
Yeah.
Or a
Right.
Girl Scout cookie t-shirt of their choice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't have a lot of.
Give the
I don't
guests
have
a
a-
handicap.
I don't have a lot of secondary clues here, so I guess it's 2 points if you don't need a clue, and 1 point if you need the team, because that's about all I got. I didn't go that deep with it since it's not game night.
Steve McCall.
There's the name game.
He is. I love using Miko Hardman for the name game. It's always so good. All right, but this is a good just description here of how the game is played. I don't know if you've done that already. Kind of, I know you mentioned that. I don't know if you listened to Game Night or not, whatever. But like the name game is just you're putting two things together. One is probably going to be some sort of open bar reference, and the other is going to be a player, and you're going to just kind of smush them together into this like turbo pun. And so
Exactly.
like Stimmy and Mecole Hardman, if you put them together, becomes Stim Mecole Hardman. You could do the player first and then the word after, or in whichever order. And
Whichever I say first is the order it goes in. Yeah.
And is it typical name game style where there's you're referencing a player from a certain division, or is it?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll give the division and the position.
Got you.
And these first two, they are open bar related, but they also both have two players in them. So that's a little clue for you. Yeah,
oh boy.
First one is AFC North quarterback and wide receiver that Gabe just can't quit.
Wait, because it's two players, you're saying.
Yeah.
Got it.
There's only these first two that are two players, though.
Right. And you said NFC North quarterback.
J Mike.
AFC North, but yeah, J Mike.
Oh, AFC.
J Mike. Joe Burrow, Dale Beckham Jr.
That is it.
Nice.
J Mike.
Nice.
Money in the bank.
Move right on to the next one.
Oh, Rocky, before we run away, Gabe, are you still in on Odell? Are we gonna let this go like Kenny D, or are you gonna keep riding with this?
To God.
To God. No, this is the time. Are you kidding me?
Okay.
Like this, it gets better and better. He just keeps dropping an ADP.
There's a reason for that.
Try
Buy the
to
dip,
give you an
baby.
out.
Buy the dip.
What is
I
it?
am
Wide
now-
receiver,
is it a
wide
dip?
receiver 38? Come on.
Hold up. Is it a dip if the graph just keeps doing this?
Listen, sometimes stock dips take months,
I'm
years.
just asking. That's fit. I'm just asking.
I know.
I'm just asking. All right.
I know that line of best fit.
28-year-old wide receiver coming off a leg injury. Good luck with that.
You were saying next name game. Yeah.
This one helps if you've ever seen me post on Twitter about this guy, which is shitty RB favored by the open bar and AFC North running back. I'm sorry, nickname for a shitty RB favored by the
Nickname for shitty
You said
RB.
AFC North running back?
Yeah.
Hold up. Who's in the North?
Oh wait. Okay.
Particularly J Mike, I think.
Right. Okay. So AFC North. AFC
Running
North
back
what?
is the second. Running back
Okay.
is the second part.
Stompy,
Uh-huh.
Rojo Mixon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice. I don't appreciate
was
you
trying to
calling
run it
Rojo
in my-
names.
Dare you call my son names?
That was really good.
I had
even
to
though
do
you
it.
crashed my son. It's cool.
Okay, this is the one I actually came up with when I first thought of this. Gabe's term for that which cannot be named, and NFC North wide receiver.
That which can
Term that cannot be named.
That which cannot be acknowledged.
Oh, got you.
And
AFC
NFC
North.
wide
AFC North
receiver.
wide receiver.
NFC North wide receiver.
I'm doing horrible with the players, but I'm getting all the references.
I figured you guys would.
Yeah.
Gabe refuses to acknowledge it.
I know. Stop it. Just let's work on the player. I know.
J Mike,
Yeah.
There you go.
the Chatham Thielen.
Yeah, I actually have a
I
so-called
have
Chatham
that.
Thielen.
Why do I keep hearing you say
The
NFC
so-called
or
Chatham
AFC
Thielen.
when you're saying NFC?
I had
I
that
Oh
in
no,
my
you've
head,
done that
too.
multiple times.
I know. I went through the Browns, Steelers, Ravens. I'm like, none of those work.
Know your conferences, bro.
I do. I keep
just
hearing him
didn't think
say
it would work
AFC.
because the
All right.
cat and the
Okay, let's go to the next one. One of J Mike's, we'll say terms of endearment for Gabe used at the end of every episode. and NFC North tight end.
NFC.
NFC North tight end.
Hmm.
I actually
Terms
do
of
have a clue
endearment.
I could give for the open
I
bar
might-
reference.
Hold up. Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
okay.
Yeah,
Wait,
if they
wait.
need one.
I feel bad for Justin and Porkman just sitting there.
I know, right?
Thinking. I'm trying to figure it out.
No, well,
I'm just gonna sit here and just admire the game.
At least Stompy answered the question right already.
Right.
He did.
That's what I'm trying to get.
That had to do
For some
with
reason, I can't
Rojo.
figure out in my brain the NFC North teams.
What's the other team?
okay, I got it. Gabe.
Okay.
Mr. Gearing, if you nas T.J. Hockenberger.
Yes.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. The Hawk. I
Well
always
done.
want to say Hockenberger Deluxe.
Why
That's
you
why
calling me Hockenberg?
I know, because I always have it in my brain. I like cannot stop saying Hockenberger Deluxe. So like that's like his name now, where I like can't even like call him.
Ooh.
Chat Terriers. Yeah, that would have been good.
That was the
would've
name.
been one
That was
that-
literally the name I was thinking of when I was like, yeah, it doesn't-
Yeah, Chatarius Howell.
It's Hawkinson, Senra Hawkinson, TJ Hawkinson. He just
Yeah,
keeps
no.
saying Hockenberg.
Hawkin-
I know. All I think of is Hockenberger Deluxe. I'm sorry, I can't like say the player's name.
Sternberger and Hawkinson mixed together.
I don't know. I don't know. I just put a burger on it and it's deluxe. Yeah.
If anyone's curious, J Mike's up 2 for Stompy, 2 for Gabe. Porkman and Justin just staring at me.
Boy, you got
okay.
a burning mouth.
we got 4 more left. It's what J Mike wants from each guest in one of his favorite games, and NFC North tight end. There's a lot of North in here.
I know.
NFC North, Gabe.
NFC North.
J Mike.
Yep.
One word answer, Smith Jr.
Yes.
I was thinking that was it.
Let's get it. One word answers.
Yep.
Which never happened ever. Ever.
Yeah,
we never
no.
we never even get through one round of that ever without somebody being like, all right.
Yeah.
I know you said one word. But listen here.
Then they go on for 5 minutes.
It's fun. I love it.
Okay. This one is player first. NFC West wide receiver. And we'll say the key acquisition of the Open Bar Empire popular website.
NFC North wide receiver.
Yes.
You said NFC North or NFC West?
I'm
you
sorry,
said
NFC West.
NFC
NFC
West,
West.
right?
He's
Yeah.
yeah. Porkman's right.
Is it? I don't know if that's a stretch because they kind of sound like.
Yeah, this one goes right into. There's no poetic license here.
Okay.
No boy.
Fine. Okay.
It's, I guess I should say the abbreviation for
Oh.
the key acquisition of the.
Well, right. Yeah.
Yeah, which is how we all refer to it. But
Of course.
I think at least some of you know what the second part is. But
I'm thinking. I always have a tough time with the player. Is it an obscure player? Is it? It's.
it is not.
No.
It was someone you said earlier tonight.
Oh wow.
It might have been pre-show. I can't remember. Very briefly.
Oh man. NFC West. And the
NFC
key acquisition was first, and then NFC West wide receiver.
No, NFC West wide receiver was first.
Okay.
The key centerpiece of the Open Bar Empire.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
The keys.
Don't you forget about it. Don't you forget about it.
That's so funny to me. I'm sorry, it just is.
I'm losing it with the player because I always got an S at the end of it that's going to throw it off. That wouldn't work, I think, unless
well,
it's
I can't.
I can give you the team for the wide receiver. Oh, I know why you can't get it. I gave you the wrong conference.
Oh,
that could be why.
It's
No,
an
your
AFC.
conference is Rocky. Gosh.
It's an AFC. I typed it wrong. AFC West wide receiver.
AFC West. All right. So then we have oh, yeah, you're right. I did say this, Gabe. Jerry Jew DLF.
Yes.
Mm.
I knew it.
But
God
but you
damn
only
it.
get one. You only get one
Yeah.
point for that, Gabe.
That's
Bear-
right. No, I didn't give a clue. I
you
just
didn't get-
corrected my
Yeah.
Oh,
I
just-
corrected my screw up.
I think, yeah.
God damn
Too
it.
That was
many
double
Yanglings, I
jeopardy.
think. Okay, so there's 2 left, and the three of you have answered can win. The other 2 can't. So, or at least tie. This was my favorite one, and this might be the hardest one. All-time great open bar draft topic that probably still gives J Mike cold sweats just thinking about it.
Oh my gosh.
And NFC South tight end, and I did get the conference right this time.
NFC South tight end.
NFC
Yeah.
South tight end. Those tight ends suck.
It's garbage. They garbage down there.
Cook's gone.
He's I'll give you a hint. He's not
It's
the
a
number
little
1
obscure.
tight end on the depth chart. He's not obscure, but he's not going to jump to mind. He's not the number.
Oh,
1.
wait. What's the order? I think I got it, Gabe. But
Yeah,
player
it's the
second.
player second. Yep.
And I already forgot what you said for the first thing. But I
All time
yeah,
great.
okay, sorry, I
open bar
got you.
draft.
Camel toe Jay Howard.
Yeah, that's it.
Even if I would have thought of it, I'd just let it ride. Like I
He
don't even
wouldn't
know
have
who you're
said
talking about.
He wouldn't say it. He wouldn't
No.
say it.
Which means Gabe and J Mike, not surprisingly, since it's open bar themed, are tied
Exactly.
for the lead.
That's why you
with
need to
the-
bring
just
us
do-
on to
we just do
DGN
double or
something
nothing.
like this.
You know,
Just one's worth 10 points. There you go.
Yes.
oh, here we go.
Nice. I'm ready.
And this, the one and only place to get all the pre-show open bar chatter, the only way to do it, and former stud, and this is a non-active player, former stud AFC South wide receiver who played from 2003 to 2016.
Say this conference one more time.
AFC South wide receiver.
Oh, I think I don't got the first word, but I got the player.
You can
Former
put it
stud.
together.
I'm trying, but I can't. I think I got the wrong player.
From 2013 to 2016, huh?
2003 to 2016.
Oh, 2000. Oh, shoot. I know this one. I think.
Didn't say it.
I thought it was 2013 to 2016. I'm like, I don't know that. Like a bad, this is like a bad player, like just some person on a depth chart. Are you sure? I'm willing to give it up for anyone out here, and I might be wrong. So there's that.
Just do it. Do it.
All right. The Gabe. Yeah. So it's we're gonna do Andre Johnson.
That's it.
All right.
Wow, that was
Well
good.
Well
Right.
done.
And Gabe
Well
gets
done.
the win.
Yeah.
Well
Thanks,
done.
guys, for letting me do that. I had fun putting it
Wow.
together.
I did the wrong conference on that one.
I am-
Really,
no.
really good name game. Well done.
Thank
Far
you.
Well
better,
done, Ryan.
far better than the Taylor Swift one. You're right. You are right.
Well done. Well done, Rocky.
And you're right. It didn't take too long to do 8 of them.
I'm tickled that you came up with that.
Yeah, it was fun.
That's what it's about, man.
Indeed.
For
Well,
sure.
I had the player right, but I had the website wrong. I thought it was Periscope. I fucked up.
I
I was like, this doesn't fit. This doesn't fit.
figured Porkman must have known the first part of that one, but
I read it wrote it down. I was like, well,
I'm like, what is this?
what is this? What is this mess?
Yeah, see, that's how quick all 8 can happen, J Mike. I was like, yeah, do all 8. Well, you got another? You got another 20, 24?
About 20 minutes? That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
yep, that's all I got.
All right.
It was
was
incredibly
lovely.
well done.
Yeah, for real. That you know, that's a Rocky's throwing a little bit of hate your way, honestly. If you're watching this, if you're listening, if you're a gosh darn guest on the show, I'm not saying names, but if you didn't get any of those, man, not one. Oh man, that's good. That would have been a
That
good
is good. That is good.
Do you even open bar? Do you even open bar? I wouldn't open bar. I mean, honestly, 2 hours a week. Are you kidding me? That's a long podcast. J Mike, what are we doing?
I'm still trying to figure that out.
I know. I hope one day we figure that out. Yeah. Well, we're gonna outlast though. I know that we will outlast.
I'll have one last thing for the Philadelphia contingent here, Philly representers. I put this together, and I think I want to expand this out for maybe next week. So Zach, you might want to get ready. But obviously, all opinions are welcome here with this. I am going to share, and I just put this together. And you all are familiar with the game. One's got to go, right?
Yep.
Awesome.
Heard of it?
So that's good. That's good. That's good. So one's got to go, and I hope that this comes through. Otherwise, this is not going to be a lot of fun if this doesn't show correctly. Nope, that's not gonna work. Never mind. Dang it.
Come on, J Mike.
I know technology, man. Usually I'm better about this, but I can't get this to come up correctly. It's not working. I am embarrassed. I'm frazzled.
One's
Oh,
gotta
well.
go.
Sorry about that. I thought it was going to be much funnier than you all probably did anyway.
Hey, that was anticlimactic.
Yeah, that's typical open bar fashion there for your boy
Yeah.
to fail.
Email it to
I'm
me.
gonna-
Can you email it to me? Or are you just
No,
gonna
I'm
do it
gonna-
next week?
No, I'm gonna put it in my pocket. I'm gonna put it in
Yeah.
my pocket.
All right.
Dang it!
Okay.
All right. Anywho,
I guess we gotta come up with a draft in the meantime then. What have we done? 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 I feel like the only reference I have is juicing booty.
yeah,
I
no,
knew that was coming out.
Nah.
What?
I'm
How's
trading
that-
out of that draft.
Why?
I'll
You
give
don't-
you my 2021 first. I'll trade back.
Yeah, I
the
know.
Yeah,
He's
thank
taking
you,
the
man. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you, bro.
Wow.
He's picking up a 22 first and second.
Got to.
Juicing
nothing.
booty. Juicing
Wish I had a-
booty juicing.
Oh my gosh, you're committed right now.
Yeah, he is.
I got nothing other than juicy burgers is all I'm thinking about now. So burger
Juicy
toppings draft.
booty.
Hockenbergers?
Booty. Juicy. We could just
Hockenberger.
have a. Why don't we just have a juicy draft? Doesn't have to be a booty. We can have a juicy draft.
Juicy draft. I'm with it.
Yeah. That allows for you cowards to have a safe space to have whatever you like that is juicy.
The
Right?
that's
Stuff is
unbelievable.
juicy. Okay.
What? Juicy draft. Juicy draft it is. Booty cannot be taken because that's the obvious 101. We're basically drafting 102 through 107.
Obvious.
All right. We are. Juicy draft. You are drafting something that is juicy to you. I'm not sure what that is. That's for you to decide. And the player obviously has to be compared in some way, shape, or form. And then you'll give yourself a little outro. Say what you like to say. Is that what we're doing, J Mike? We're doing draft and outro, juicy draft and outro. Okay, just making sure. Yeah, we wanted to make the name game last probably a little longer. We're fine. So juicy draft. Who's your player? Compare it to something being juicy. Compare it to yourself if you want. Get on your outro game, and we'll get up on out of here. So, how we feeling? Do we have a 102 for the juice, for the juicy? Something that's juicy in your life that you can compare to a player right now, that it could be in a startup, Okay, it could be in a rookie draft. I don't care. What's the juice telling you? All right, you want that pulp premium? Here we are. Okay, so juicy draft. Who's my 102? Where are you at?
It
Anyone?
might be you, Gabe.
I have to start.
I
I've
don't
been
know.
trying.
That'll be
I've
interesting.
been trying to filibuster this whole time to give y'all a chance to come up with something that is juicy for you.
I got one. I'll be
Trust-
the barbecue. I'm taking the barbecue analogy. Screw you guys. Dibs.
Dibs.
Who's playing?
I'm gonna say Nick Chubb.
Okay.
Is that your
And he's my brisket. You know, he's tough on the exterior. It bounces off. Tackles bounce off of him. He's kind of like charcoaled and rough, and you're like, oh, that looks gross. And then you cut it open, and the meats or the juice just drips. And that's how I feel on the inside when I watch Nick Chubb run. I'd melt.
strong?
And
Am I supposed to go
can-
outro?
Yes.
I do some things on some stuff. So follow me on Twitter at Stomp Bear Pig. So it's like Man Bear Pig from South Park, but just with Stomp on the front there. I started writing for Dynasty Nerds, so look out for articles coming from there. I will be starting to make more and more appearances on podcasts, possibly getting Dynasty Diagnostic back up and going with Aton. So we'll see where we're at with that, but hopefully get it up one way or another. And yeah, so that's what I'm up to at this point.
Word
Okay,
'em up.
I think I got something.
Okay.
So I guess I'm the 103.
Get juice, baby.
I'm going. I'm actually making this a double fantasy football thing because my thing is juicy is not food. It's the second round, and I'm taking this call back to the beginning with the startup draft. What's juicy for me is the second round of startup superflex drafts right now. The draft me and J Mike were in 11 of 12 quarterbacks in the first round. CMC is the only guy that wasn't a quarterback. I had 4 seconds. It's a 2.0 tight end premium, and these will be my players then. So because these are the 4 guys I got there: Travis Kelce, Darren Waller, Devontae Adams, and Alvin Kamara in the second round of a startup draft. So those are my 4 players. So second round of startup drafts, super juicy.
I like that.
Oh, I guess I got an outro.
So much juice.
A lot of juice. And I'm at Dynasty FF Addict on Twitter. I'm co-host of the Trey Addicts Pod with the Dynasty Outhouse on the DAP Network. And I also recently brought back the pod I was doing before Russ called me up to the big leagues, Dynasty Junkies. By the way, Gabe, when I stopped doing that for about 6 weeks after I got Trade Addicts, the thing I heard the most afterwards was, oh man, I love that intro. I'm going to be sad to not hear that intro anymore. But that's back too. And I have a new co-host there, Scott Sidlow. So everybody go follow him at Scott_Sidlow. Super smart guy. Yeah, he's awesome. So yeah, Dynasty Junkies, DAP Network, Trade Addicts. I'm out.
Well
Do
done.
I say y'all's names in that one?
No. So it still works.
Perfect. I hate when I say
the
names.
curse, bro.
You know, on Trade
curse,
Addicts,
bro.
on Trade Addicts, Hari's in there, and then
I know.
Russ has recently started dubbing Rocky.
Russ and Rocky. All the
Yeah.
That one's
Russ
not
and
too bad.
Rocky.
I could go back and do that one. It's just been a long time. I'd have to look in the archives for it, but I could probably do that.
little known fact about Gabe's intros. If he says your name in the intro, your podcast is going to break up in the next year.
Yep.
Like,
Facts.
Y'all
Don't ask
think
me.
y'all laugh.
Keep
Check
rewind
the
on
footage. Check the
Crossroads.
footage. Don't let him say your name in the actual intro. Otherwise, it's curtains.
Say
I'm
my
gonna sue
name.
you if you do.
No,
it.
no.
This is true.
He didn't.
Copyright infringement.
He didn't. I still lost my co-host for Junkies. So
but you back now, so that's the,
Yeah.
that's the strength of the
Yeah,
curse
see?
not working there.
There you go.
It's on its way back. Just didn't know it yet.
Pork man, you got 104.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me give me 104. What would I be if I didn't say smoked pork shoulder?
Come on.
It's juicy.
Oh,
A lot of people don't like it. You know, people don't eat pork, but once you cut it open, it does the job. You know who does the job? Juice Landry, Jarvis Landry,
Nice.
I like that. He wins
Odell
this one.
Beckham. Odell
Well done.
Beckham gets hurt. Sorry, Gabe. I gotta throw this out here. Odell Beckham gets hurt. Who gets the job done? Jarvis Landry. Killed it last year.
Facts.
So that's my 104. For people that don't know me, I'm Phil. They call me the round mound, the rebound, Charles Porkley, all types of stuff. I love it. But I'm Pork Man. I like to talk to people in the DMs. Hey, I think that was J Mike that actually named me Charles Porkley because I had some jersey on one
That
day.
is what mine. I'm falling out the camera. What the?
So good. Round mound to rewind. It's
Round
hard to
mound to
beat, bro.
rewind.
It's so hard to beat.
But we're on we do Dynasty Rewind. We're on Tuesday nights at 9:00. Me, Bauer, Shevin, and Nate Christian. I always say at the end of the pods, if you ever want to talk or DM, we can talk about fantasy, or if it's even personal, my DMs are always open. I drive, so I'm gonna see them. Once I stop, I'll try to reply as soon as possible. So we're always there to help out fantasy and personal life. I'm never gonna let people know what's going on, but that's how we go.
You need that Charles Porkley jersey, though.
No, I'm actually gonna get one made. My
All right.
wife, she has a
Say
cricket
we might
machine.
need to. Okay.
My wife has a cricket machine. I'm gonna get Portley on the back, and I'm working on getting license plate. Let's say Pork Man on it.
Incredible.
what's up?
Incredible. Yes. Yeah. So good to have you on, and for the first time, certainly not the last time. Much love, Porkman, and Mr. Charles Porkley.
I can't wait for the next one.
Yeah.
I'm glad when J Mike sent me the DM. So he said it was a long time coming. So whenever you guys need
Too
me,
long.
I'm always available. I just gotta tell the wife ahead of time.
Yep. Got to get that energy ready for a week in advance.
Yes.
Got to get the brisket smoked. Got to get the pork
Yeah.
shoulder smoked.
Yeah.
I see you. All right, Justin. Where are we at? The 105.
5.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So you go into a grocery store.
Uh-oh.
You're looking for some discounted items. You always gotta be looking for some discounted items. So you go over to the section. You see some clementines, some oranges, a derivative of an orange. You go, oh look it, I'll buy these for cheap. And the Sunshine State, where oranges are native to Florida. I'm going back to Miami. Left arm of God, Tua Tagovailoa. He's juicy. We're buying low on Tua Tagovailoa, just like some oranges in the grocery
I
store.
swear to God, this dude can be a radio analyst. Like that was the perfect storytelling. That was awesome.
That's the nicest thing Stompy's ever said to me.
Oh, I'm gonna
Record.
yell at you too.
Cut that, kid.
But Tua Tagovailoa, buy low in Dynasty. You get them while you can. They're gonna get Penny Sewell in the draft. The O-line's gonna stock up, and hopefully Rashad Bateman 18. I can pray. Will Fuller help the deep ball out. It's the left arm of God. Offseason year 1, year 2. Goodbye Changaly. No Fitz magic bull crap 2 QB system. It's Tua time.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Tua time.
Oh yeah.
Clementine.
Outro. I'm Tua time. No, I'm at Justin_FFB on Twitter. Follow me if you want. I don't really tweet. I'll do some gifts here and there. I mean, I'm mainly guesting on podcasts. I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Nice.
It's facts. Go in. Yeah. So you're telling us to go out to the store and go ahead and Tunga that Clementine is what you're saying.
No, that juicy
What?
booty.
Yeah. For the juice. For the juice.
Also, I got Justin Jefferson in a 111 for DeAndre Swift, a 2022 first and a 2022 fourth. And it's a late first.
There it
Turn
is.
up.
I
Turn
like
up.
that.
That's the outro.
Nice.
That's the outro I needed to do.
That's the outro.
That's you gave
My
away
God.
the 20. I forgot who was on.
I
which
gave away a
side.
late 2022 first and DeAndre Swift for
And-
the 111 and Justin Jefferson.
A late 2022 first. Psst.
It's gonna be because I got Mahomes Barkley, baby. We going up.
Oh, it's yours. I'm
going
sorry.
on.
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah, if it
that's
was
what I
yours.
gave.
Of course it is.
Yeah,
No, I
it's
got
mine.
you.
It's mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's my Clementine. It's my Clementine.
Put my tongue on it. It's 2021. That's mine, cuz.
Amen.
You don't want it no more anyway. It's mine.
Put my tongue on it.
Put my tongue on it
All
and
right.
Juicy Booty in the same episode. I don't know.
Oh man,
Where's
just
going?
no. No.
That's kind of
At
the draft.
106.
Put my tongue on
Yeah,
it.
it's sadness. 106. I don't know if you all remember Sunny Delight. You can even
Yes.
classify Juicy Juice with this, but specifically Sunny Delight. Sunny Delight was really, really good as a kid, and I don't even and even like in my early like high school years when you're still like ripping and running with your friends and doing stuff, and then one day I remember I was a upperclassman in high school, and all of a sudden, Sunny D was disgusting. Like it went from being something that was like really awesome, but then you taste something like Simply Orange or like a legitimately good orange juice, and you're like, wow, this is great. What the crap is that orange just sludge in that bottle? It was really good a couple years ago, and right now it's not nearly what I remember it being. That, my friends, is Todd Gurley. A couple of years ago. Dang, homie. In high school, you was the man, homie.
homie.
What
What happened to you?
You know what I'm saying? So, Todd Gurley, Sunny Delight, you was juicy, bruh. And then I had to yeet. It was over. Todd Gurley, Sunny Delight. Thank you to everyone in the chat. Appreciate y'all rocking with us this evening. Zach was in the building. Casey, the faithful, up in this mug. AB was in the building. Nick came through. Sinra. I even saw Chev, Bauer. They both came through. A lot of folks. I'm probably missing names. Trowbridge dropped in. Peter Howard also. Shout out to everybody that popped in. Appreciate y'all. To our guests, thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you all for kicking in with us. We don't take this time lightly at all. We don't. We appreciate you all greatly. Stompy, it's good to see you back in a healthier mental space. Like for real. I know we talk outside of this, but publicly, I want it to be known as well. It's good to see you.
I appreciate you guys, and I was happy to see the four of you, and nice to meet you. There, Pork Man, old round mound of rebound, the great Hambino.
Charles Porkley, baby. That's what.
Yeah, it's a man.
That's the.
Justin, good to see you growing up and continuing to get your grind on professionally and stuff. It is really good to see you. Welcome to the adulting, Porkman. Again, long time coming for you to be on this side with us on the show. But I have continued to love getting to know you and talk with you outside of chats and stuff. So appreciate you, bro. Thank you very much for coming through. Very much looking forward to have you back, Rocky. I am forever grateful for the game that you came up with, for how thoughtful that you always are with everything that you do. Everything that you do is always with like a very specific like intentionality to it, and I appreciate that so much. And I'm looking forward to actually being in a league with you now as well, and to see you now be with Russ on Trade Addicts is a real treat as well, because I know that you help keep him honest. So I appreciate that. I appreciate you busting him up a little bit over there, but. Fun times had by all. You can find the show, obviously, all over the place, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all the wonderful places. You can find, obviously, me on Twitter at JMikeCheck. You can find the show's handle at The Open Bar Pod. And obviously, if you're listening to us in podcast form, you could have been doing anything else for the last hour and 45 minutes, but you chose to spend it with us. We appreciate you. Thank you. Kicking it over to my main man, host with the most, Bungie, genius to MC, Mr. Gearing if you nasty. Jay
TJ
Hockenberger.
Hockenberger.
Hashtag send me cold man bun. Hashtag not the best fit. Hashtag FF Juicy Booty Judy. Hashtag FF Odell no on Twitter at FF Man Bun. Gabe, take us
Not that.
home.
Odell no.
Odell no.
Don't you ever put Judy in one of my names again. You know we bust Suttons every gosh darn Tuesday here. Come on. No, this was good, man. How do we do it? How do we do it? Week after week, year after year. The open bar, man. J Mike, you're my dude. You know that much. I can clown on you the entire night, but you know what it is. You know it's true. You know you might be the only one that I know that I'm clowning at least 95% of the time. So appreciate you at least attempting to throw it back my way. Entirely unsuccessfully, but you try, and I appreciate that about you. And the rest of y'all, man, I'm so serious, especially with Stompy. I'm furious, Justin. Has it really been a year plus that we've had you on the show? It
college
seems
dorm room, and that's when I last was here, and that was over a year ago. We got kicked out, so yeah.
We kicked
Crazy.
you out.
No,
We kicked
well,
you out?
COVID
Yeah.
kicked us out.
Yeah. that is crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy how quickly the rounds come on the open bar. J Mike and I talk about how difficult it is at times to, round up the guests every week. And I know a lot of people are willing. We're just not necessarily asking the right people at the right time. But we do appreciate people just coming through at the last minute. And Justin, you are the latest to do so. So I always shout that out. Appreciate you for doing that. And Stompy, good to have you back again. Pork man, good to meet you. I'm so looking forward to the Charles Porkley. Like I'm ready to brand that on
Get a
the
vintage Suns jersey for that too. That'd be
yeah.
crazy.
No, give
Yep.
me. I want
Or
the
get a
first.
Sixers one.
I want the
I want a
first
Sixers
edition.
one.
I want the
Yeah, so
first
you're Philly,
edition.
you're Philly.
Or at least I know you probably deserve the first one since you are that man himself. But maybe if I could just fit into the top
No, I got
10
you.
or so, the first 10 or so, the first 10 release, because I know you're going to be selling them. So if I
And
can just
also,
get
I'm
in there.
sponsoring your Patreon account. So
I know. No, when you sent the pictures and when you're doing your outro, I was looking at our Twitter DM, and I thought that you sent us some pictures of you holding that brisket that we could throw up on the screen. But it was just some food porn instead. So you were mentioning that you hit DMs with people on your stops when you're driving. There's another shout out for you. Like, look, dude's gonna send you some juicy booty.
I ain't sending none of that. Pause.
pork butt, bro. Pork butt. Get juiced. And Rocky, seriously, I know what it takes to make a name game. Obviously, I've either failed or maybe made an okay one. I know it's difficult. You crushed it, bro.
Thanks, man.
Exactly. No, see the Charles Porkley Top Shot drop. I just want to be in those first 10 of the jerseys because I know it's about to be hot. But incredible job. And shout out to DGN because that's a very, very fun show to be on. I'm starting to see some other game shows out there, out in the pod streets, out in the Twitter streets. Like they think they know. They think they know. They don't know the OGs in this game. The DGN. Come on. I'm just kidding. Do y'all's thing. I don't know. Whatever. keep podding. I don't care. I have to draft. Holy cow. Okay, so this is what I got.
What you got, Gabe?
Nothing.
Gabe's trying to see if he can fill 11 more minutes.
I know. I'm trying to filibuster so hard. J-Mike knows every time. All
I
right,
know,
so
man.
no, I won't. I'm gonna rush out of here. So this is it. Shout out to my sister-in-law and her husband. They own a tea shop, right? And on here we're always talking tea, right? Talking tea, not necessarily that kind, not necessarily oolong. All right, not necessarily your chais, but we're talking tea. So I figured I'd hit that realm, that avenue. Okay, so one of my favorite things to get there is boba tea. Boba tea. Now, if you don't know what bobas are, they're them little tiny, little spherical, juicy balls, that you can slurp through this large straw that comes through this. What?
This large straw.
This large straw. No, I went this way. I don't think that's a thing. Is that a thing?
I don't know.
I
What
don't
are you
know.
doing?
I haven't
over
done
there?
that
one.
Is that a thing? All right, I guess I got to pause again. All right, pause. And then, so
Stop. No pause.
yeah, just stop. Don't pause. Rewind. Dynasty rewind. Okay.
You want-
All right. So anyway, bobas, juicy balls that are pulled through the straw. Okay, and then you get them inside your mouth and you're swishing them around. You're like, wait a second. I'm not sure exactly what that is. And then all of a sudden, poof, they
It
explode.
burst, didn't it?
They
Yeah,
burst.
ew.
They burst
again.
all up in your mouth. They burst all up in your mouth. Bobas. All right. Yeah. So you might be asking, no, trust. That's like I think I saw somewhere in the so-called chat the fruit gushers, and that actually made me think of it. So shout out to the so-called chat for at least inspiring me. But y'all don't really know how to gush, baby, if you don't know that boba life. Okay. So bobas, baby, bobas. All right. And who is my boba? Who is my boba? I'm gonna keep going with the brand here, J Mike. I'm trying to prop this dude up because I feel like he's continuing to be disrespected in these rookie drafts. I feel like he's gonna keep slipping if things don't come out positive. I still hope that he's a day 2 guy. I'm getting worried. You know, I'm slurping up my boba, okay, through the straw. But I'm just hoping that when I crush through that boba and it just juices everywhere inside of my mouth,
Yeah.
that I can come out of a rookie draft with none other than Boba Hubbard. Chuba Boba Hubbard. All right. A lot of B's, you know, but that's what it's all about here on the open bar.
So what I'm hearing is Gabe wants Chuba
Balls.
Hubbard's balls to burst in his mouth.
That's where you say pause. I didn't say that. I speak in metaphor. I'm a rapper.
Because of Gabe, I'm not drafting any of Chuba Hubbard.
Because of Gabe, I don't ever want to go near a boba tea shop.
Exactly.
Also, for people listening on the podcast, I think FF bursting boba balls has to be acknowledged.
Let me go first, J Mike.
I don't even have any words.
Would have had
anymore.
one. But he's kind of got the boba burst, you know. He got the boba burst too. He's got top end
Now
speed.
That makes sense. That makes
That's
sense.
true. He got
yeah.
the boba burst.
Yes.
Chew boba.
Bro, get us out of here, man.
So
Chuba.
I just don't care what I say ever. It's horrible. All right. Thank you for joining us here this week on the Open Bar. Please go and check out every single podcast that all of these people do. J Mike especially, because that's my co-host and I prop him up the most. A journal. I saw it on Twitter. He said that he recorded it. I'm a horrible co-host in regards to not knowing if it has dropped yet or not. Has it dropped? Okay, so I have something to do tonight. It turns out, J Mike's gonna want to have a conversation with me after this. I'm like, nah, you got an appointment and I got a podcast. All right, so go listen to that. He's still chilling on the dummies with the homie Zach. He's been in here with us in that so-called chat, talking about chew boba and bursting boba balls. He nasty, not me. But go listen to everyone's podcast. We're a community. We all love each other. We chilling. off season gets rough for some of y'all. Sometimes it seems, and cool it, man. Just bar some bobas in your mouth. You'll feel better. I promise. All right. We got a show next week, J Mike. Yeah, we got one. Last one in March.
See,
Yeah, I didn't make a
Draft
cocktail. I didn't make a cocktail tonight. I wasn't really. I wasn't feeling it, man. I wasn't feeling it. Maybe I'll be back next week because I think the Periscope's shutting down. So I don't even know how
you
we
have
go
to get
live anymore.
One last one before
I
it
gotta get
goes.
one last one. Yeah. All right. I might try it next week. Yeah. Okay. That's all we're doing then. So until next week, get yourself some bobas, put them in your mouth, and go listen to some podcasts from these lovely people that were here tonight. Cheers to all of you. And until next week, let me find how to figure out this podcast. I'm turning 30 soon, guys. I can't really see where's the button that I press end pod.